Hello, my name's Mike Drummer, local resident of Mankato for the last 61 years. Developed and started many businesses in the town of Mankato, and we've been branched on to most of the upper Midwest with different projects. We're in the construction business, greenhouse business. We do a lot of work with the restaurant space. My company is High Top Hospitalities in the Twin Cities. We're the second largest caterer in Minnesota. We have the Green Mill restaurants, Crooked Pint restaurants, and the Copperfield restaurants, along with the town hall breweries. We have an entire staff, corporate staff, that works on franchising documents, etc. So highly experienced in the world of horticulture, but also the franchising world. I grew up locally on a farm, family farm, about 5 miles outside of Mankato. Been a Mankato citizen my whole life. And as a senior in high school, I started a greenhouse there called St. Clair Country Gardens, growing geraniums. And that was 1980. So it's 44 years in the horticulture business. And in them 44 years, I've gone from just working it to being a retail manager of a garden center to owning and operating a landscape company in a garden center. And my wife came on in 1990 or 91, and she operates what's now called Drummer's Garden Center on the north side of Mankato. It's the largest garden center in southern Minnesota, all the way up to Sioux Falls into Wisconsin. But what we decided early on in our careers was that the only way we can not be controlled by other people, was to grow our own stuff. So we started in 1990 with a small greenhouse operation, which is about 60,000 square feet of greenhouse space that we grow all our own green plants. Everything that goes through the garden center except house plants is grown right here on site. In 2019 then, it morphed into meeting Matt Little and getting into the hemp business. And the greenhouse facility we're standing in was actually our production facility for the greenhouse production facility for the hemp plants that we grew for the CBD products. So this greenhouse was filled with several thousand hemp plants, and from there we've morphed in. We bought the Waseca greenhouse and use that now as a secondary point of growing spring pots and stuff for flowers for sale for customers, but we've also used it now to produce the hemp plants, the plants that we're talking about, that has the genetics that we need for the future of our business in the cannabis space.
I'm Matt Little, and this is Midwest Extraction Services. Welcome to Midwest Extraction Service, and behind us is the heart of the company. It's the cryoethanol extractor. And what we did is we didn't just build for today, we built for the future. And behind us, this thing can crank out about 3,000 to 5,000 pounds of biomass a day. What does that mean? You get barrels at the end of the week, not just jars. So the future expansion of Midwest Extraction and its complete vertical integration is protected by, we grew a ton of hemp in 2019. We built out equipment that can handle massive amounts of biomass every day. And then we followed it up with the formulations and the cleanup afterwards. So we don't have to rely on anybody or anything outside of our four walls. And that's really crucial in an industry that doesn't have any regulations. In fact, we set the standard when we did self-regulations with GMP, ISO 9001. We've been FDA audited in 2023. What does that mean? A product that you can trust, and a product that's consistent and safe every time. One of the unique things about Midwest Extraction Services is the size that we built everything. And it's not just for today's needs, it's also future needs. And the sustainability of the project. So one of the things that we did is we made sure that we were super efficient. And the equipment to the left and the right is what allows us to get 98% ethanol reclaiming. Inside this room is what we call the R&D room, and the separation, what we do is we'll create cannabinoids, we'll do some synthesis, we'll also do some cleanup of oil. So inside this room you see some short path distillation behind us, but a lot of this stuff is just creating different cannabinoids for the profiles that we need for the specific function we're looking for when the consumer takes their gummy chocolate beverage. So behind me right now, what you see is one of the differences between us and everybody else is the chromatography room. And what's really important about this room is we can be able to separate the cannabinoids depending on what profile we want. And we can clean up reactions and other things that we do in this. So behind us is a 200 millimeter chromatography equipment. So you see a lot of functions behind here, but essentially what we're doing is we're taking a scalpel and we're cutting apart the different cannabinoids, whether it be CBG or CBD or THC. We can ensure that if you're trying and you don't want any THC in your body, we can assure you you're not going to have any THC in your body because of this equipment behind us. So it's super important inside of the cannabis space to have pharmaceutical grade lab equipment that allows you to separate and create different compounds and formulations so the consumer is getting exactly what function they want.
This is John Dinsey with Midwest Extraction Services. I'm the equipment engineer here, and I'm standing in front of our fully automated gummy production line. In 1 month, we can produce 1.5 million perfectly sized, consistent gummies. So this is our canning facility here in Midwest Extraction Services. We built this probably about 6 months ago now, and before that we did some small batches of shipping our beverages out to a third-party packaging company, and we realized inconsistencies in the way that we're going about packaging our products. So we decided to bring it all in-house, and through trial and error we have developed all of the equipment that you see around here to provide completely consistent products. The same thing every time. So with this facility that we have here, we have the capacity in 1 day to can about 60,000 beverages from start to finish, labeled and coated, ready to go. I got curious about cannabis when I was 12 years old, and my great-grandpa actually grew hemp during World War II for Hemp for Victory, and that sparked the curiosity, and I've been infatuated with it ever since and want to help develop the industry into what we see it today. I grew up a fifth-generation farmer, and I got kind of tired of being involved in industrial agriculture, chemicals, herbicides, and I wanted to do something that was good for the environment. It had positive outlook on the world, I guess. Yeah.
What does this mean to you?
Well, with this facility, I guess it gave me the opportunity and this company the opportunity to develop something that we could produce safe, consistent products to as many people as we possibly could. People that were interested in using it to provide as much value to the world as we could and reduce stress and anxiety in most of the population. I'm rambling, but